There's something special brewing in Philadelphia right now. And no, I'm not talking about the Eagles. We're talking about the Sixers, because behind Tyrese Maxey, this squad has a high-powered offense ranked top 10 in the league. They've got a bunch of good guards, including VJ Edgecombe, the rookie, and they're doing this all without the guy that won the MVP 2 years ago, and then another guy that was in MVP talks not too long ago in Paul George, not to mention Jared McCain hasn't really come back yet. Also, Nick Nurse doesn't get the credit he deserves. There's a lot of course, Philly media, not exactly the easiest to be a coach for, but check out this set right off the jump. We're going to get a little shuffle screen action here with VJ setting the screen for Kelly Oubre. Nothing develops out of it, so then we're going to get into a backside stagger. Andre Drummond kind of forgets the play here, but he remembers it in time enough for Tyrese Maxey to catch, and now Minot and Keita are closing out on him, so that's good enough for Maxey to get into the lane. That's pretty much an automatic paint touch when you're closing out on Tyrese Maxey, and it leads to a wide open Andre Drummond. And really, if Watford would have just waited for a second, he could have hit Drummond rolling to the rim. But Maxey, he is playing amazing. There's nothing else you can say about it. Now, last night he only had 21, 9, and 5, and I say only as if that's not a good night, because he has been lighting it up so far this year. Just check out this as he's coming off this pick and roll, and Luka Garza is in drop coverage from the bonus screen, and he's going to get off this quick in and out into a step back, and Garza looks like he's playing Twister and knocks down pretty much an uncontested three ball. Then he's going to get it out in transition, get right downhill, and lay it in over the top of Keita. So far, he's averaging 32 points, 9 assists, 5 boards, and a steal. He is playing 40 minutes a game, which is kind of crazy, but 46% from the field and 44% from three on the type of attempts that he is taking. That is not easy to do, with the majority of them coming off the dribble. Tough mid-range fadeaway here. And for the planned big three this year, with Embiid and PG out, Maxey is playing extremely well. Now, Embiid hasn't been out totally. He's been on a little bit of a minutes restriction here. He's still averaging about 20 points per game with 5.5 rebounds, 3.3 blocks, or 3.3 assists, 1.5 blocks in 23 minutes, shooting 46% from the field and 32% from 3 on 5 attempts. But it looks like he has no knees. This is honestly sad to watch, as he thinks he's going up to dunk it, and then he just doesn't get anywhere near high enough. Per 36 minutes, however, he's still averaging 30 and almost 9 a game with 2.3 blocks with no knees and hitting tough fadeaways right here. Through 6 games played, he has still been very efficient when it comes to like points per minute and all those advanced stats you want to look at. Then Paul George, who hasn't played yet this season and is right now considered day-to-day, will be reevaluated later this week. He played 41 games last year, and it was honestly kind of sad because he looked kind of washed. I'm not gonna lie, he averaged 16.2 points, 5.3 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 1.8 steals in 32 minutes, shooting 43% from the field and 36% from 3 on the first year of that massive contract that Philadelphia signed him to on a 4-year deal, and it's now kind of looked at as a negative asset. And really, with the way these 4 guys are playing, would you even want Paul George to come back and mess up the flow of things? I don't know, because that's not many minutes to go around for a ton of very talented guys. Not to mention that Jared McCain is also working his way back. He's on like a 10-minute restriction per game, which is kind of stupid in my opinion, because he's playing like 2 minutes at a time. There's no chance for him to get real flow. You see the numbers from his rookie year, shooting 46% from the field and 38% from 3 on 6 attempts. And the fact that this man finished 7th in Rookie of the Year voting, despite the fact that he only played 28 games, and he still finished 7th in Rookie of the Year voting. That is kind of wild to me. And really, when you look at these 4 guys, a bunch of guard creators and scorers, it really reminds me of this Pacers team last year. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, 93% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed. And a guy who's been playing really well, call me crazy, Kelly Oubre Jr. has been hooping. He's looked the best he's looked in a while, really, playing his role as that 3-and-D wing, but he's also like their 3rd leading scorer this year, averaging 18 and 5 with 1.8 assists, a steal, and a block. There's no way you can take him out of the starting lineup right now with the way that he's playing. 51% shooting from the field, 35% from 3 on 6 attempts. Got some big buckets down the stretch last night, like here in the 3rd quarter, getting to the rim and finishing with that right hand to cut it to 1. And then, of course, the game winner here, Justin Edwards finally misses a 3, but Oubre is right there to put it back, and that would eventually be the game-deciding layup. You've got VJ Edgecombe as well, the rookie, nicknamed the Generator, who has come in and been dominating, averaging 15.5 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 1 steal in 37 minutes, shooting 41% from the field and 36% from 3 on 5 attempts. Now, it hasn't been all sunshines and rainbows yet, because he fell out of the NBA's Kia rookie ladder, which isn't a big deal, to be honest. It's like the second week of the season, or third week, whatever it is. But still, after that debut where he had 34.7 rebounds, 3 assists, was 13 of 26 from the field, and looked like he was going to run away with the NBA Rookie of the Year award, like getting downhill, finishing over Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's looking back like, dang, I remember when I was that young. I remember when I used to be able to do that with ease every single time. And I mean, JB still can, but over his last 5 games, VJ is averaging 9.5 points, 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and shooting 28% from the field and 25% from 3. So is there cause for concern? I don't think so. He's going to be fine. He's literally a rookie in his first 10 games. Let's not read into this too much, guys. Quentin Grimes, however, is something that I really want to read into because they got this man for Caleb Martin. Straight up from Nico Harrison, and he's averaging 17.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 4.3 assists. These are the same numbers that Jaden Ivey was putting up, and he's looking like a future star for Detroit. 48% shooting from the field, 41% from 3, and if you're asking why I make that comparison, well, I just made a Pistons video yesterday, and it's pretty fresh in my mind. And then look here as Grimes comes off the screen and reads this to perfection. Jaylen Brown's kind of doing nothing. He's either got to tag Drummond or he's got to stay with Justin Edwards, and he does neither, and Edwards knocks down that 3 ball. And then here he is once again working off the Drummond screen, getting downhill with the left hand over Derek White. And remember, he's only 25 years old. He is still a very young guy by all accounts and is the same age as Tyrese Maxey. They might have found, another elite guard to come off the bench. And I mean, look at that at the end of the quarter. And then, Sam Hauser on an island. Good luck, buddy. We're getting downhill. He's also a pretty solid defender. Drummond's been good as well this year in relief of Joel Embiid, because Embiid, of course, is on that minutes restriction, playing like 23 minutes a night. So a lot of Drummond. And Drummond has produced. He is still dominant in the paint, averaging 8.6 rebounds in just 20 minutes a game, as well as 1.7 stocks, shooting 57% from the field, and he's even shooting threes now. Over an attempt a game from beyond the arc. Look at him right here, cutting right to the rim, and you just don't want to get in front of that. It's a big dude. He sets a big screen as well and averages 3 offensive rebounds per game. Nobody wants to get in front of this, and he's a really good screener as well. Then you got Trendon Watford, who looks like a really underrated free agency addition this year as kind of a swing big, can play the 4, can play the 3, can play a little bit of the 5 in spot minutes. And versus Toronto, he put up a 20 point, 17 rebound, 10 assist triple-double in 37 minutes. And on the season is shooting 54% from the field and 45% from 3, and has proved to be a really solid young guy that they brought in on the cheap. And then Justin Edwards as well, who really did nothing coming in to last night's game. So far this year, the Sixers page that I follow on Instagram was like, he hadn't really improved on anything. Well, he went out and put up 22 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal in 26 minutes, shooting 8 of 9 from the field and 5 of 6 from beyond the arc, playing his role extremely well as the throw behind guy in the pick and roll, which means that when Maxey comes off the screen, this time it was the throw ahead, the defender hedges in or digs in, and Edwards is wide open, and he plays that role to perfection. Big time 3 there to cut it to 2, and then another one here as the throw behind guy to take the lead with 5 minutes left. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. With that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.